So we're continuing on today with Chapter 1, Section 3. Okay, yesterday I said we were going to talk about the values that unite us as Americans, okay? So we are going to be looking at defining the basic values that unite us as a nation. We want to be able to describe how American values continue to attract immigrants. And we're also going to explore why our society does not always reflect our ideals. Okay, so these are our learning goals. This is what we're going to be focusing on as we go through Section 3, as we go through our notes. So first, we're looking at the American dream as equal respect. All right. That's kind of the main point that our textbook brings up, is that the American dream is based on equal respect. Okay, so we're going to go through a few key terms. Beliefs are certain ideas that we trust are true. Okay. Then we have values, which are our standards of behavior. Okay. They're also guidelines for how we should treat each other, right? So when you think about the saying, treat others the way you want to be treated, right? That treatment of how you treat other people is a value, okay? It's one of your values. So when we think about our beliefs and our values, that's actually what holds America together, okay? So that regardless of age, sex, race, wealth, opinions, education, everyone has worth and importance, okay? So again, that goes back to the idea of equal respect and what we see as the American dream. Okay, so when we have immigrants coming to America, it's this set of beliefs and values that make up the American dream, right, that immigrants want when they come to America. So we're actually going to look into what values make up the idea of equal respect. Okay, do we need any more time on this, or are we good? So let's take a look at those American values. Okay. So the idea that all people deserve equal respect is based on one, equality. All right, and that is the condition of permitting everyone the same rights and opportunities. Okay. We have number 2, freedom, which is the ability to make choices. And third, we have justice. Okay, and we define that as fairness. And it's under the idea that everyone's not necessarily treated the same, but people are treated fair. Okay, so these are our three values, the base to the American dream, right? What immigrants think about, what people think about when they think about their American dream coming to America. Okay. Does anyone have any questions so far? Looking at equality, right? Everyone has opportunities, everybody has rights. Yeah, that's kind of what we think about. Your freedom, you can make choices, right? Where you work, what you say. Right? That falls under there. And justice, right? Justice for all. Okay. But are these values always the standard? Is that always ideal? Does everyone always get equality, freedom, justice? No, right? We live in an imperfect society, so that's not always the case. Okay? We don't always achieve the ideals of freedom, equality, justice. Okay? An example the book talked about with freedom, for example, I have the freedom to walk down the street blaring music, right? But I can't necessarily use my freedom to the extent that I infringe on someone else's freedom who's walking down the street to walk in peace and like walk quietly. So that's kind of where we see that imperfect, right, society with freedoms, okay, as an example. Okay. When we talk about equality, we see that imperfection in our society with discrimination, right? Is there discrimination in our society? Yeah, right? We don't hold up that perfect ideal of equality. Okay. We still see discrimination today, right? Having sex or your race determine whether or not you get a job, right? That's some of the examples that our textbook gave. Okay, there's another imperfection, right, of these values. Okay. But again, to reiterate, America is held together by the fundamental belief in equal respect of all. So, our activity for the day. You will be placed in a group and tasked with creating a word web that defines and represents one of the following values, right? We talked about equality, freedom, justice. Does everyone know what a word web is? All right, I'll show an example on the board. You need at least 4 bubbles for each value.